Animal segments on Johnny Carson created some of the funniest moments on The Tonight Show. These are the biggest animals on The Tonight Show. The water buffalo.
What's he weigh? What would this weigh?
He weighs about 1,200 pounds. And, you know, in India, their hair is quite thin. Can you feel that?
Thin hair.
Hair is quite thin. And they, Johnny, one of the problems, he sees himself, you know?
We have mirrors over here, and Waldo sees himself in the mirror.
That's right.
And an ugly thing you are. No, I didn't mean that. No, I didn't mean that. No. A nice-looking water. For a water buffalo, it's a nice-looking water buffalo.
The water buffalo changes the whole scale of the set, making it look like it belongs in an open field not under studio lights next to Johnny's desk. Bubbles the hippo.
The animals here, you know, they were sitting downstairs and she was in their lap. The girl's been holding her for 4 hours, and this is what she loves. So I see.
Shall we put her in the pool?
Yeah. Oh, 40 pounds.
Baby Hippo.
40 pounds, Libby. Here, let's see. Whoops, there. All right.
Look at that
Isn't
face.
that fun? Oh, boy, Libby. Oh, that's adorable.
Now she's happy.
Yeah. Well, wouldn't you be?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I would. You hold me like that and put me in there, I'll be happy too.
The hippo rivals the water buffalo for instant visual impact with that round, heavy look, making the whole room seem less secure even as a younger specimen, just by leaning or shifting its weight, making the trunk alone feel active every second. The snow leopard.
Are they rather nervous?
Well, listen, this one...
Look at that face on that animal.
A cat like this never makes a good pet. They're so instinctive.
Right, they will...
That the thing I didn't want to happen here tonight was her to start instinctively defending herself because it's pretty rough. And this is the first time she's ever been away from the zoo.
And you say there are only how many of those in the world?
There are only 70, let's see. There's 70 females and about 80 males worldwide in captivity. And there are only about 500 of these left in the wild.
I've never seen one before.
And I want to just see if I can stretch her out a little bit because the tail is so beautiful. The adult has this very long... Doc, you want to... No.
The snow leopard brings different kinds of size, combining long body length, visible power, and real predator tension into one elegant package. Massive llama.
You can have them. They are not an animal that cannot be maintained as long as you live in an area
What's that sound they're making?
They're talking, that's how they socialize, talk, they're humming.
There's one male and one female?
Yes, this is the
Oh. I think that was a yes.
They have that heavy wool because they live at elevations up to about 18,000 feet.
They're staring at me.
And they have big, beautiful eyes. They're very curious, inquisitive animals.
Llamas are big enough to immediately change the visual balance with their height and long necks, making that shape funny on camera before they even do anything. Giant baby rhino. The baby rhino is still a serious animal in a television studio, looking sturdy enough to ignore every normal studio boundary, making Johnny's job the long-body cougar.
Well, she's
Be very
staring.
rough.
She's staring over here, right?
Well, you have a remote control, right?
Yeah,
on
somebody
your
told me
table.
about this.
And the kind of low-grade tension he always sold well. The rare Canadian, because the body is shorter and heavier looking with that unmistakable wild cat face, creating tension even when it stays completely still on the Tonight Show stage. The Indian Condor.
Hello, Freud.
Hello, Freud.
Hello, Freud?
Hello, Freud.
Also changes his voice.
Oh, this is
Finally
great.
happened.
This is... How does the kitty go? Meow, meow?
Meow, meow, meow. Move the mic over them.
The bird does impressions. How are you? Freud? How are you?
Donkey go.
How does the doggy go? And she bark.
Call the kitty.
Call the kitty?
Say, how do you call it?
How do you call the kitty?
Call the kitty.
Well, how do you call the kitty?
Kitty, 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 kitty.
The condor belongs on a size list because wingspan can be just as overpowering on a studio set as body mass, creating a unique presence that fills horizontal space in ways mammals couldn't replicate. The Caracal Cat.
This is a caracal?
Caracal. And
Look at the paws on this.
he weighed 9 ounces when he was born. And he's on a milk formula.
Well, good. Glad to hear that. How big will he be when he...
He'll be about
When he
two
do that?
2.5 feet tall and weigh about 40 pounds. And for their
Cute.
size, they're one of the fastest cats.
A caracal.
Careful.
Look at the ears now. Is that their main point?
The
It's
ears.
like Dr. Spock from...
You can see the relation to the lynx family in the ears that they have. When they get upset, they'll pin their ears back. And
I
otherwise,
see
they
she has
stand
this
up.
line here in her mouth.
This is the first time he's had a leash, and the reason we used it is because he was getting to where he could jump clear up in the air very quickly.
A caracal isn't one of the absolute biggest animals, but it still feels substantial because it's clearly a real predator with distinctive posture and constantly alert expression, giving the whole segment a serious edge that viewers recognized. Joan Embry's gorillas.
Oliver is only 2.5.
Well, there's a face and a half. Oh, this is...
Gorillas are visually strong television animals because even young ones have remarkably dense bodies, deliberate, careful movements, and hands that look almost too human, creating a fascinating, disturbing presence that captivated audiences. The Orphan Orangutan is heavy as the hoofed animals at the top of the list, but visually it still reads as a substantial studio guest because of the impossibly long Baboon.
Man and his monkey. You'll shake his chair on fire. Don, let's go. Doc, on your chair. On your He punched me right in the mouth.
Doc, I don't do that. He's all right. He's just playing.
Playing, Mike.
Let's sit down over here and get you all right. He's,
Monkey, give me a straight right.
A baby baboon still carries enough primate heft and unpredictability to feel bigger than many of the smaller zoo animals that regularly appeared on Carson, showing what makes baboons work so effectively on television despite their modest size. The deer.
They're a little nervous, aren't they?
This one, the other one's not nervous at all.
Whatever they are, they're nervous. I don't really know what you have here.
These are baby nilgai, and they're
Nilgai?
Nilgai. They're the largest antelope from India.
That's the next animal.
That's the
warming
yak.
up back there.
That's the yak grunting.
I've never heard of them before.
They're really beautiful animals.
Anybody ever heard of a nilgai?
Nilgai.
A deer creates a completely different type of studio comedy because the animal looks fragile enough to make everyone instinctively lower their voice, giving Carson a softer rhythm than he had with predatory cats or aggressive reptiles that demanded caution. The size still matters because the deer feels like a real outdoor animal that has somehow wandered into the wrong room through mistake rather than belonging there. Its impossibly long legs and nervous posture make the whole studio seem more delicate, changing the energy of the segment in a subtle but effective way that viewers noticed. It's a gentler kind of large animal moment, but it still feels visually significant, proving size doesn't always mean threat or danger in creating impact. The deer's large dark eyes probably dominated its delicate face, creating an innocent, vulnerable appearance that melted hearts immediately. Its legs likely seemed impossibly thin, making everyone worry it might stumble and fall on the slick studio floor designed for humans. The deer probably startled at sudden sounds or movements, demonstrating the hair-trigger nervousness of prey animals evolved to flee. Carson's voice likely softened noticeably during this segment, as though he was afraid of scaring the creature into panicked flight. The animal's spotted coat, if it was a fawn, probably looked beautiful under lights like nature photography brought to life. The deer might have tried to bolt, suddenly creating a brief panic, as everyone worried about injury to such a delicate creature. Its large ears probably swiveled independently, constantly tracking all sounds throughout the studio, revealing constant vigilance. The segment likely felt peaceful and meditative compared to the intensity of predator appearances that kept everyone on edge. Viewers probably wanted to protect and nurture it rather than fear it, creating opposite emotional responses from big cats. The albino koala, especially because the pale, unusual coloring makes it stand out dramatically more under the bright lights than normal koalas would. It feels less like a threat and more like an oddity. The whole room wants to study, closely proving curiosity can completely replace fear as the driving emotion. That different kind of attention attention gives the segment its unique appeal, showing animals can dominate through extreme rarity rather than intimidating looks. The koala probably moved even slower than normal koalas, demonstrating that characteristic lethargy taken to new extremes. Carson likely asked multiple detailed questions about albinism, showing genuine scientific curiosity, rather than just entertaining the audience. The animal might have clung sleepily to a small eucalyptus tree or branch, brought specifically for it, creating a perfect photo opportunity. Viewers probably felt they were witnessing something extremely rare, that few people ever see in person or even in zoos. Late-night television has featured countless celebrity interviews and comedy sketches, but nothing created more genuine, unpredictable moments than bringing animals that weighed hundreds of pounds into a room designed for conversation and laughter, forcing Johnny Carson to navigate the space between professional broadcaster and guy trying not to get trampled by a water buffalo live on camera. The genius wasn't in the planning, but in the beautiful disaster of watching a man realize his desk offered zero protection from a baby elephant that didn't understand television, proving sometimes the funniest television happens when nobody's fully in control. And don't forget to subscribe for more legendary Johnny Carson Tonight Show moments.